Hey, it's Ray. Welcome back to part 2 of the maintenance that we don't do, we leave to the professionals. I'm in the Innovational Health van right now, and I have to tell you, it is really hot in Las Vegas today. So we left off, if you remember, part 1 was stuff that Camping World did. It was basically all the appliances that have to do with the propane. Propane takes a certified technician actually to service them, and so we had everything done as part of our 1-year checkup. And in addition to that, we had the air conditioner serviced, checked and serviced. The total price for that was $283.09. Okay, that leaves us now with part 2. There'll be a third part, but part 2 is basically the things that Winnebago would take care of. And really, it turns out there's really only one, and that is the roof. Winnebago comes with a really good roof. It's got a 10-year warranty. It has a fiberglass roof that's interlocked with the sides. I would recommend it over any other roof in the business. The problem is, according to their manual, for that 10-year warranty to be in effect, you must get it inspected once every year. And it has to be in writing. It has to be by a certified RV technician. Doesn't have to be a Winnebago, but it has to be a certified RV technician. Now, I have a further problem, and you're going to read it in just a second. This is a 2012 Itasca Reyo. It has a Winnebago Via is our also our counterpart, but those really are a problem because of the fact that they don't have a ladder. And what's you're going to read, I mentioned, is I can't do it myself. Why? If I get up on the roof, it voids the warranty because only somebody that's up there that has knowledge of their roofs is supposed to be up there. And that's why they don't provide a ladder on this vehicle. It's interesting to note that on the sister vehicles, which are Class C, the roofs are different. And they do provide a ladder, and they can do their own maintenance. Anyway, here's the words that they put in the manual. Okay, now that that's out of the way, luckily in Las Vegas we had 2 Winnebago technicians. And here was my thinking. I thought the first year, this is our first 1-year anniversary of our having our RV, and the fact is that, you know, might as well let Winnebago take a look at it and see what the damages are. And they should be the ones to be able to provide, in theory, the best service. Also, as a practical matter, if they screw it up, I've got a Winnebago dealership that I can complain about to Winnebago. And so I felt pretty secure in that. Plus, while they were up there, I thought anything they did find, again, because I'm not supposed to be on the roof, just let them go and put on Dicor, silicone, or whatever was required. Now, I mentioned that there are 2 Winnebago dealers in Las Vegas. Well, let me just say as an aside, if you are young and looking for a job and have any mechanical aptitude, or if you have kids or grandkids that are looking for a job and or wondering what to do with their life, you know, an RV tech makes good money and they're needed. How do I know that? Because I had to wait 3 weeks for it to get serviced. And the fact is that those 3 weeks I could have been doing something else. As it was, I was just hanging around the home base. But the fact is what they did to speed it along was I gave it to them, and to the one I thought would do the best job, which was the Sprinter Winnebago dealership. There are 2 different types. And so then they would work on it as they had time. So basically they did the roof. I also had 2 repairs that I wanted to inquire about. And additionally, at first I also was going to have them do the brake test and check, because I had some squealing brakes. But the fact is I found out that that's covered in the Mercedes-Benz ACE system checkup, which has to be done every 10,000 miles, which I'm also due for, and that will be what's in part 3. You almost have to take notes to understand where this is going. So anyway, I scrubbed the brake test at Winnebago, although I thought it would have been cheaper had I been able to do it there. But both of the Mercedes-Benz technician, they both said no, they do it even if Winnebago had done it, get done again as part of their 10,000 mile service. So all I had was the roof and these 2 repairs. Let me just tell you what I thought on the repairs, by the way, and then we'll get into what happened. I had, the first problem was some place between Canada, British Columbia, and also Bend, Oregon. I noticed that the dampers on what I felt were shock absorbers. Of course, the Sprinter doesn't really have shock absorbers in the technical sense. But it felt like they were bottoming, and especially at slow speeds. And it turned out also that there was fluid leaking, and I didn't know. Where is that coming from? Hopefully it's something simple. And then, there was another thing, and that was that just the last stop of my winter RVing was in Palm Springs. And for some reason, when I put in the water hose into the city water, it would fill up my fresh tank. Now I have one of these on-off positions where you can fill up your city, fill up your fresh tank, or fill up your, or just hook it up to city water. But the fact is that no matter what I did, it just filled up my fresh tank. So what I had done is I went and got a new valve, because I was told, yeah, it's just the valve. And I went in and I changed out the valve, which is something easy I can do myself. And that did not help. So what could it be? I didn't know. So those were the problems, the 2 real repair issues. And I'm going to call those as bonuses for this video, because the fact you are going to have repairs during the year, and this is a 6-year-old vehicle. So let's talk about, we're looking at what our annual maintenance costs are, especially with this Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, and also what our repair costs are going to be. So what happened? Well, at the end of 3 weeks, I came back and picked it up. And here's what happened. Let's talk about the maintenance issues, because that's really what this video is about. their roof inspection, and this is a good racket for Winnebago, is $139.95, and it didn't matter which Winnebago did it; it was the same. So that no matter what, that's what it was. And then remember, I can't do any repairs. They did. Here's what they found. Roof inspection shows roof sealants in very good condition, but recommend cleaning and resealing corner trims with new silicone because there's minor lifting at the edges. Okay, so I decided, why not? I mean, I can't get up there anyway. Who else is going to do it? Just let them do it. I figured probably cost me 20 bucks. If I did it myself, let's see what it costs for them. So remember, it's $139.95 just for them to inspect and tell me that. To clean it and reseal it, they used Dicor, white Dicor, which is kind of standard, and also clear silicone, which I have a tube of sitting in the garage. So I would not have had to buy that. So I just would have needed to buy the Dicor. They charged me $20.80 in material. My guess is I could have bought a whole tube and probably a whole bucket of that for not just the small amount that they did, but it is what it is. So that's $20.80. And then the labor for them to do it was $69.98. Now actually, this may sound like, hey, I could do it for a lot less. Well, you could. You could do it for $69.98 less. But the reality is, at $140, $139.96 labor rate, or whatever it is, they're only charging me 1/2 hour. Okay, so I felt, hey, I would not have been able to do that in a 1/2 hour. Heck, it would probably take me a 1/2 hour to get up the ladder. So if you put everything together, $139.95, $20.80 for the material, $69.98 for the labor, the total maintenance on the roof, including the mandatory inspection for the warranty, was $230.73. And it would have been great if that was the entire bill. Unfortunately, the repairs did need to be done. I just want to say one last thing on the roof. If you don't have a Winnebago roof and you go the route of, say, a rubber roof, which you have to take care of every year, you can do it yourself at a substantial discount. You have to figure in, I don't know, you guys with rubber roofs, I've never had one. I've always had fiberglass or aluminum. And you guys with rubber roofs probably tell me what the time involved is and how much the materials cost, and you can do that in the comments. Okay, so that's what I did. Now let's go to the repairs. And normally I was hoping the video would end here, and it didn't. The bumping, which was the thing that I had contended with for probably 4 or 5 months. Every time I had come to a stop, it'd go boom, ba boom, ba boom. Any low speed bumps, boom, 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 boom. Okay, what was that? And it also led to the leaking fluid. Thank God it was all one problem. And that is, on a Mercedes-Benz, they have a one-piece McPherson strut. It kind of looks like a shock absorber attached to another piece that attaches near where the wheels go. And this is what provides your front end stability when you're driving. So the reality is that this cost was not cheap, because you have to replace both, and you're going to have to get a wheel alignment. They originally estimated that it would be $1,750 plus $200 for a wheel alignment, and I went, oh, and my wife went, oh. You can buy the parts online. They cost between $200 and $300. The problem is, where are you going to get the hoist to lift this beast? So what happened was that I actually did go ahead and choose from. There was actually 4 different places that could do it, and I might as well have. I'm already there, so I might as well have them do it. They're not going to be any they're not going to be any more expensive than Mercedes. There was a big Ford truck place out near Las Vegas Speedway. They might have been cheaper, but also I didn't want the inconvenience of taking it way out there. And additionally, and more importantly, is I thought that they may not be familiar with Sprinters. Sprinters is a slightly different beast, as you'll find out. And we'll find that out in the next part 3. Okay, so what happened? Well, here's the numbers. They estimated $1,750 plus $200 for the alignment was, and they farmed the alignment out, so they knew what that cost was going to be. So the rest was how much is the labor going to be? So anyway, I had to pay retail for the struts, and I checked the prices online, and the prices online were like between, and if you hear anything, that's the old garbage truck. Of course, a garbage truck would come by at the time that we're doing this. But the reality is that they charged me double what I would have paid retail, of course, because they got to make their profit. So my struts ended up costing $616. The labor was $839.70. Now, an interesting thing, actually, this only comes out to $1455.70, and with the $200, which we already knew about, only comes out to $1,655.70. So in reality, they actually overestimated by $300, which made me a little happy, but hey, maybe that's just what they do to make you eat everything. I don't know. The other thing, this is interesting, the water issue, where I was trying to plug it in, remember, and what happened is it would only fill up, no matter what I did, it would only fill up the freshwater tank. Turned out that was a water pump issue, and there was no way to solve it except to replace it. Well, there is good news here. I do have a extended warranty, because I bought this about a year ago, and it's good for 2 years or 20-some thousand miles. So the fact is that was covered under the extended warranty. And by the way, I will do in a synopsis, a video about what I think about extended warranties next year, or at such time that this extended warranty expires. So anyway, here's what happened. Is the total cost was $390.90 to replace the water pump. The water pump itself was $111. Was $279.90 in labor and $35 in different charges. believe it or not. Service towels. There's some fee that Las Vegas makes them charge. Anyway, came up to $425.90, and of that, the warranty would cover $300.06, which meant that I covered $125.84. So let's wrap this up very quickly. What I paid for maintenance was simply the roof, $230.73, and that's where we stop. Except, I did have repairs, and it's unreasonable for you not to expect in your life that you won't have repairs. I paid $1,781.54 in repairs. Hopefully, that's the only repairs that I'll have to do this year. I hope, but who knows? If you that does not have an extended warranty were doing this, you would have paid $2,081.54. So this is a wrap up. That's part 2. Part 3 I will hopefully have out in the next few days, because I want to get going on my trip. And Mercedes-Benz actually usually can do it in a day. So we'll see what happens then. I'm interested to know. I'm going to use a different certified technician as opposed to a dealer. I want to see how much money I would save. Okay, so it's Ray Brown from the Innovational Health Van, Health Travelers, and looking to get on the road pretty quick. But you have a great day.